Hello students, today we will be studying properties of fluid and this is my third lecture. In this lecture we will be discussing about the numericals of Pascal's law, all the solved numericals which is there in your textbook. Later on we will be discussing about surface tension. I will be giving you a brief introduction about what is surface tension and all the applications related to surface tension. Next one we will be doing some sort of numericals, solved numericals of surface tension as well. So let us proceed. Over here we are having two liquids. Two liquids density is rho 1 and rho 2 and both are exerting same pressure at a certain point. Okay, both are exerting same pressure at a certain point. Now we have to find out the ratios of their height with respective to the liquid column. I have assumed that we are having two liquids, one is honey, another one is water. Like you all might be knowing that honey's density is more because honey is more thick as compared to water. Okay, so pressure as both are exerting same pressure, so it can be denoted as P1 is equals to P2. Pressure due to honey is denoted by delta 1 GH1, where delta 1 is a density of mercury, G is the acceleration due to gravity, and H1 is a height at which pressure has been felt. You can see with the help of honey, pressure is felt at this point, but with the help of water, pressure is felt at this point. Both the points are not equal because density is not also the equal. Similarly, P2, pressure due to water, is denoted by delta 2, where delta 2 is a density of water, G is the acceleration due to gravity, and H2 is a height at which pressure has been felt. So this G and this G will get cancelled. This we want the ratios of delta and H. So delta 1 is already over here, so we will be taking this 2 delta over here, so it will be going in the denominator. Similarly, H1 is on this side, so it will be shifting it on this side, it will again go to the denominator. So ultimately we will be getting delta 1 upon delta 2 is equals to H2 upon H1. What we can say that delta and H are having inverse relation. Density and height is having inverse relation. What does it state us? Whenever density is more, height is less. Height is less. Try to understand. Density of honey is more as compared to water. Density of honey is more as compared to water. So it is exerting pressure at this height. It is exerting pressure at this height. But as density of honey is more and that of water, so pressure, it is exerting same pressure at very short distance. Whereas as water's density is less, so it is exerting same pressure but at a longer distance. You can see this distance is much greater as that compared to this one. This is what H1. ये क्या है? H2 है. Okay. As density of honey is more, so H1 is less. As density of water is less, so H2 is more. Okay. Next one. A swimmer in a swimming pool. A swimmer in a swimming pool is swimming at 6 meters below the surface of the water. He is swimming at a distance 6 meters below the surface of the water. This is the surface of the water. Okay. We have to calculate the pressure on the swimmer due to the water above. This swimmer is swimming over here. We have to calculate the pressure which is exerted by the liquid on him. Okay. For this, we will be using this formula for liquid column, that is P2 minus P1 is equals to delta GH, where P2 is the pressure at this point. This point's pressure is denoted by P2 and this point's pressure is denoted by P1. P2 minus P1 is equals to rho GH or delta GH. But this delta GH is denoted as gauge pressure. We have already derived in the last period. So pressure due to gauge is delta GH, where delta is the density of the liquid, that is water. So it is 1000. We can substitute it as 10 raised to 3. G has been given 9.8, but I have taken approx. It is 10 into 6. So it will be 6 into 10 raised to 4 Newton per meter square. Just take a note of it in the textbook. Whatever answer has been given is wrong. Okay. We will try to modify this question. Now what I have done, I have assumed that this person is swimming below the water. Now the distance is 10 meter. So what we'll be finding out, we'll be finding the pressure which has been exerted by at this person we will be finding pressure which is exerted at this person due to liquid column as also due to atmospheric pressure. P0 is denoting atmospheric pressure, 10 is the height of the liquid column. So we will be finding the pressure which is exerted on the swimmer who is swimming 10 meters below. For this, what we will be doing, we will be again taking this relation, liquid column P2 minus P1 is equals to rho GH, where P2 is what pressure at which point. So P2 can be substituted as P2 के जगह क्या लिख सकते हैं, P लिख सकते हैं. Over here it was P1, we can substitute P1 as P0. P1 के जगह P0 substitute कर सकते हैं is equals to rho GH. Now atmospheric pressure at this point, is what, 10 raised to 5 Pascal. So in place of P0, what I have done, I have taken this on this side, ये side ले लिया. It was minus over here. After moving over here, it has become plus. Okay, I have substituted P0 as 10 raised to 5. Delta is density of water, that is 1000 only. G, acceleration due to gravity, again I am taking 10. And this person is swimming 10 meters below, so it is 10. So over here 10 raised to 3 is already there. Over here what we will be getting, 10 raised to 3 plus 2. 3 plus 2 is 5. So we will be getting 10 raised to 5 over here as well. So it is 10 raised to 5 plus 10 raised to 5. It can be represented as 2 into 10 raised to 5. So what does this statement states us? That whenever the person is swimming 10 meters below, then the pressure exerted on him will be 2 times the atmospheric pressure. The pressure exerted on him will be 2 times the atmospheric pressure. You can imagine we are sitting over here, standing over here. Pressure exerted on us will be only 10 raised to 5. But whenever the person is swimming 10 meters below, the pressure will be becoming twice than that of the atmospheric pressure. So it is 2 into 10 raised to 5 Pascal. Next sum, a hydraulic brake system is there of a car. Car mass is 1000 kg, which is moving with a speed of 50 km per hour. It is moving with a speed of 50 km per hour. So let us write the given. Mass of this car is 1000 kg. The car is initially moving with a speed of 50 km per hour. So kilometer per hour can be converted into meter per second. Kilometer, 1 kilometer is equals to 1000. And 1 hour is equals to 3600 seconds. So this 2 zeros and this 2 zeros will be getting cancelled. Ultimately we will be getting 10 upon 36. If we divide by 2, 2 5s are 10 and 2 18s are 36. So therefore we will be getting 5 upon 18. We will be keeping as it is. Let us proceed. Has a cylindrical piston. We have already studied in the last period that hydraulic brakes consist of cylindrical piston. It consists of slave cylinder as well. Cylindrical piston's radius has been given, that is 0.5 centimeter. Slave cylinder's radius has been given, that is 2.5 centimeter. A constant speed of 100 Newton is applied on the brakes. A constant force of 100 Newton is applied on the brakes. What is the distance traveled by the car before the car comes to stop? So try to understand this question. Vehicle was initially moving with a speed of 50 km per hour. We are applying brakes at certain point at a distance of 100 Newton. We are applying brakes by the force of 100 Newton. After some distance, vehicles comes to halt. So we have to take, for example, we are applying brakes at this point and we are applying a force of 100 Newton. So after applying force of 100 Newton, how much distance it is traveling, that we have to calculate. So let us proceed. So R1 is the radius of a cylindrical piston, that is 0.5. R2 is a radius of a slave cylinder, that is 2.5 centimeter. It should be centimeter over here. Force has been applied, that is 100 Newton. Okay, we have to find out distance. And what does it state? Says vehicles comes to stop. Vehicles comes to stop means what? Final velocity is equal to 0. Final velocity is equal to 0 means what? V is equal to 0. So by Pascal's law, F1 upon A1 is equal to F2 upon A2. So F2 we have to find out. We have to find out the value of F2. We have to find out this value of F2. I will try to explain this again. It was going outside the video. Take for example, vehicle was moving with a speed. we are applying a brakes at this point. So by how much distance, take for example we are applying brakes over here and vehicle is coming to halt over here, vehicle यहाँ पे आके रुक जाता है, so we have to find out this distance, ये distance find करना है, that is s. Okay, so F2 we have to find out. We will be using this formula, that is Pascal's law. F1 upon A1 is equals to F2 upon A2. F2 we have to find out. F1 is already there. 100 Newton has been given as F1. So what we will be doing? We will be taking A2 over here. A2 को यहाँ पे ले लेंगे. It will come in the numerator. So we will be getting F1 into A2 upon A1. F1 is 100 Newton given, and it is A2, that is 2.5 upon 0.5 square. See over here I have directly written area of a circle's formula is what? Pi r1 square upon pi r2 square. Pi's value is constant, so pi will get cancelled. So ultimately we can take a common, ऐसे common ले सकते हैं, and outside brackets we can write only 1 square. Okay. After solving this whole, you will be getting F2 as 2500 Newton. We will be getting the value of force 2, that is 2500 Newton. Now we will be using third kinematic equation. It states us that V square is equals to, just 1 minute. It states us V square is equals to U square plus 2AS. What does it state us? That V square is equals to U square plus 2AS. Over here we have to find out S. Okay. We are already knowing that vehicle is coming to a halt. So V is equals to 0. So we will be cancelling out this one. It is minus 2as. ये क्या है? Minus 2as है. So as soon as this 2as will go on this side, it will become plus. We will be getting u square is equals to 2as. We have to calculate s. So 2a will be shifting to the denominator. But acceleration's value we are not knowing directly. Acceleration के value directly पता नहीं है. So क्या कर सकते हैं? It can be written as f upon m. We are knowing force is equals to mass into acceleration. Force is equals to mass into acceleration. So acceleration can be written as force upon mass. Okay, so this m is in the denominator's denominator, so it will go to the numerator. It will be u square into m. अभी यहाँ पे values डाले हैं. After solving this, you will be getting this one. m का value 1000 है. 2f force is what? 2500. So ultimately you will be getting this answer. 25. After solving 25, how many times 25 5s are? And 125 into 5 into 5 means it is will be 125 into 25 upon 81. We can take approx over here and make it 80. And if you solve it, you will be getting 39 meter. So we will be starting with surface tension from today. Surface tension. There are various phenomena due to surface tension which is happening in our day-to-day life. Plants are able to absorb the nutrient which is there in the soil. It is due to surface tension. You can see this insect moving. It is basically due to surface tension. Insect is moving at the water layer. This needle, we are able to float this needle at the surface of the water. It is also due to surface tension only. Okay. So surface tension, it is a property of the liquid whenever the liquid is at rest. Surface tension is basically due to this force that is called as intermolecular force. Intermolecular means what? Force between two molecules is called as intermolecular force. Intermolecular force are basically of two types. One is cohesive force and the one is adhesive force. We will try to understand what is cohesive force and adhesive force. Cohesive means what? The force of attraction between molecules of same substance. This is a solid substance. This solid and this solid will have some sort of force. This force is called cohesive force. Again, this liquid and this liquid particle will be having some force, cohesive. This gas particle will be having some force. Okay. So the force between two air molecules or two water molecules is called cohesive force. This force, cohesive force, is strongest in solids. So therefore, solids are having definite structure, definite shape as well as size. Whereas this force is weakest in gases. So therefore, there is no intermolecular forces between them. Adhesive force. The force of attraction between molecules of different substances. Whenever we will be taking two different molecules, the force of attraction between them will be adhesive force. Take for example, this is a beaker. So the molecules over here and here are attracted due to force. This force is called adhesive force. As this is a water molecule. This is what water molecule, whereas this is called as glass molecule. So force of attraction between glass molecule and water molecule is called adhesive force. You might have heard this word, adhesive tape, adhesive gum. So adhesive means what? Force of attraction between molecules of different substances. It is due to this force that teachers are able to write in blackboard. Okay. Why? Because there is a attraction between chalk and blackboard. Chalk gets attracted. Similarly, force of attraction between whiteboard and a marker sink. Due to that only teachers are able to write. Next one is range of molecules. Range of molecules means what? Take for example, one molecule is over here and one molecule is over here. It is a maximum distance up till which there will be cohesive force or adhesive force, or there will be intermolecular force. Okay. If this molecule is over here, this molecule is over here, then only this force will be there. So the maximum distance from the molecules up to which molecular force is effective. It is only effective up till this distance. If we go away from it, there will be no force. Why there will be no force? Because this molecular force will not be felt outside this region. These forces are effectively only up till the order of 10 raised to minus 9 meter. It is only effective up to the range of 10 raised to minus 9 meter in solids and liquids. So they are very short range force. Okay. So distance between them, molecular range. If you see this diagram, I think you will be able to understand. Sphere of influence. Sphere of influence. If we are taking molecular range, take for example, molecule is over here. If we are taking molecule over here, and this molecular range as radius and molecular range as radius, and if we draw sphere, imaginary sphere. Now this sphere is called sphere of influence. This sphere is called sphere of influence. What does it state as? Take for example, molecule 1 is over here, molecule 2 is over here, and molecule 3 is over here. There will be force of attraction between molecule 1 and molecule 2, as well as molecule 2 and molecule 1. But there will be no force of attraction between molecule 1 and molecule 3. Why? Because molecule 3 lies outside the sphere of influence. Molecule 3 lies outside the sphere of influence. So the intermolecular force is effective only within the sphere of influence. Intermolecular force is effective only within the sphere of influence. Surface film. Surface layer of liquid with thickness. You can see this thickness. X dash, Y dash is a surface film. ये पूरा क्या है? Surface film है. और इसका thickness of this surface layer is equal to the molecular range. Molecular range. You can see this molecule over here, C molecule over here, and its molecular range is up till this point. Okay. So the surface layer of the film with thickness equal to the range of intermolecular forces is called as a surface film. You can see this. This is a surface film. Free surface. What is free surface? If the surface of the fluid does not experience any shear stress. You can see all the molecules which is over here, they are free surface because there is no force acting on them. Whereas over here there is a lot of force acting on them. So this is not called a free surface, but this is called as a free surface. For example, interface between air and liquid water. In figure, XY is a free surface. The particles which is above XY is a free surface. Now we will try to understand surface tension on the basis of molecular theory. Over here we are having three molecules. Molecule A is deep inside the liquid. Molecule B is partially floating. Molecule C is also partially floating. Okay. Molecule A is deep inside the liquid. Molecule B is just below the liquid. And molecule C is such that half of it is outside and half of it is inside. So let us concentrate on molecule A now. Molecule A is deep inside the liquid. So there is cohesive force acting on the molecule A. The particles which are over here, the particle which is over here, the particle which is over here, the particle which is over here, all the particles will try to pull it towards himself. but none of them will be succeeding. Okay, all the particles will be pulling him due to which force? Due to cohesive force, but none of them will be succeeding. Hence, the net cohesive force acting on molecule A will be 0. Net cohesive force acting on molecule A will be 0. I will repeat, what is cohesive force? Force of attraction between molecules of same substance. Over here also water particle is there, and this is also water particle. So force of attraction between them is called as a cohesive force. Now we will move to molecule B. Molecule B. Just look over here, molecule B. Sphere of influence is lying within the liquid, but minor part is outside the liquid. Minor part is outside the liquid. But over here you might be knowing density of water or density of liquid is much greater than that of the density of air. Density of liquid is much greater than that of the density of air. Due to liquid particles over here, they will exert cohesive force on this molecule B. They will exert cohesive force on this molecule B, and the air particle over here, which are very less in number, will exert adhesive force on this molecule B. But cohesive force on molecule B will be much greater. Just let me rub this. Cohesive force on this molecule B, cohesive force means what? This force will be much greater as that compared to adhesive force, because adhesive force is due to presence of very few numbers of air particles. As the intermolecular forces of air is far much greater as that compared to this one. So they are widely separated. Okay, so molecule B ultimately will be moving downwards. Molecule B will be ultimately moving downwards due to cohesive force. Again, let's move to molecule C. Molecule C, if you see, half of the molecule C is outside and half of the molecule C is inside the liquid. But over here, same story. Over here, particles or the water particles will try to pull it in the downward direction, which will be more in number, whereas the air particles, which is over here, which will be very less in number. So ultimately molecule C will be moving downwards only. So molecule C will be moving downwards only, and it will be getting attracted in a downward direction. If you understand the concept, no need for reading all these things. In the exam also, nobody is expecting word to word answer. Try to be clear by your concept, you will be able to write it in your paper then. Now, thus all molecules are acted upon by net cohesive force. All the molecules which are there at the surface layer or the surface film, it's acted by net cohesive force. All the molecules will be ultimately going down. Okay? As soon as this moves down, why it is moving down basically? Because we are knowing that whenever it is moving down, its potential energy will be getting converted into kinetic energy. Take for example, I am keeping a ball at certain height. As soon as I give them some plane surface, this ball will start moving in a downward direction. So potential energy will be getting converted into kinetic energy. So let us proceed. All the molecules in the surface film gets pulled inside the liquid, hence total numbers of the molecules in the surface film decreases. Take for example, over here how many molecules are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 molecules are there. But surface layer will try to minimize this area. How it can minimize it? By decreasing the number of molecules in the layer. Over here 4 molecules are there. Out of these 4 molecules, layer will try to minimize it, will try to bring 2 molecules inside the liquid. As soon as 2 molecules will move inside, the surface area will decrease. Surface area is decreasing by what term? He is decreasing the potential energy. As he is decreasing the potential energy, so surface area will also decrease. Don't worry, you will be able to understand in the next 2 slides. So surface film remains under the surface tension. Over here, whatever particles are there, they are in deep surface tension. They are in continuous tension. Okay. So surface film of the liquid behaves like a stretched elastic membrane. मतलब rubber band के तरह. It behaves like a rubber band. It tries to minimize its surface area. This tension is called as a surface tension. Surface tension. Surface tension. Take for example, over here liquid is there. Over here liquid is there. Okay. And we are imagining a line which is drawn. We are imagining a line which is drawn. Whatever line is drawn over here, the particles over here will be in continuous tension. The particles over here will be in continuous tension. Okay. And there is a tangential force. So surface tension is defined as tangential force per unit length on both the sides of the imaginary line. Surface tension is defined as tangential force. This is a force, tangential force, which has been applied. Tangential force which has been applied to the imaginary line. Tangential force which has been applied to the imaginary line of the liquid. So surface tension formula is F upon L. Surface tension is force upon length. Surface tension SI unit is Newton meter, force SI unit is Newton, and length SI unit is meter. As meter is coming in the denominator, so its SI unit will be Newton meter. Its dimension is L0 m1 t minus 2. L0 m1 t minus 2. Now imagining a line PQ of length drawn tangential to the free surface. We are drawing a line PQ of length L. All the molecules in this line experiences an equal and opposite tangential force. All the particles over here, take for example over here A particle is there, B particle is there, C particle, D particle, E and F. All this particle A, B, C, D, E, F will be experiencing some sort of tangential force. Some molecule will be trying to pull them. Due to pulling, what will happen? If I just take a blade and snatch it, it will be coming in this shape. Molecule A will be coming, molecule B will be coming over here. A इधर आ जाएगा, C इधर आ जाएगा, D इधर आ जाएगा. Okay, this will happen. But it is just for your understanding. You should know only this one. Examples: needles float on the steady surface of the water. Insects like spider walks on the surface of steady water. While walking, their feet produces dimple on the surface. Whenever they are walking, they are producing some sort of dimples. Raindrops and soap bubbles and small droplets of mercury falls take the shape of a spherical shape. If you see raindrops, soap bubble, as soon as they come to the ground, they are in a spherical shape. Why they are in a spherical shape? Because in that shape only, they are in a minimum area. They are having minimum area. Raindrops does not passes through the tiny holes in the fabrics of the umbrella. You might have imagined that whenever we are using umbrella, raindrops are not able to penetrate inside it. It is due to surface tension only. Numerical: a beaker of radius is there, that is 10 centimeter, is filled with water. A beaker is there of radius 10 centimeter is filled with water. The radius of this beaker is 10 centimeter. From here to here is 10 centimeter. We have to calculate the force acting on it on a diametrically lined on its surface. Diametrically lined means from here to here. If it is 10 centimeter, then we have to consider this full. ये पूरा consider करना है for considering the length. For considering the length, we have to consider this full. So L is equals to 2R, that is 2 into 10 centimeter. So it is 20 centimeter. For converting centimeter to meter, we have to multiply by 10 raised to minus 2. So 20, or we can divide it by this one as well. So ultimately we will be getting the answer as 0.2 meter. We have to find out force which has been exerted. Surface tension is equals to, already it has been given, that is 0.075 Newton per meter. So surface tension is 0.0575 Newton meter. So we have to calculate, we are knowing that surface tension is F upon L. So F is equals to T into L. What I have done, I have just taken this L on this side. So I have got F is equals to T into L. Tension 0.075 and L length is 0.2. After calculating, substituting, you will be getting the answer, that is 0.015 Newton. Next one, surface energy. Try to understand this as a concept. Take for example, this is a beaker, and inside this beaker I have taken a liquid. Okay. The molecules which is inside the liquid will pull other liquid on all sides. Take for example this molecule A, which is already inside the liquid. It will pull all the molecules which is there inside. All the molecules which is near to it will try to pull them inside. So net force acting on it will be 0. Okay. The net force there is the surface and there is net downwards. Now take for example the molecules which are there already in the surface. यहाँ पे surface में है. इनका क्या tendency रहेगा नीचे आने का? The molecules which is there in the surface will have the tendency to come down. And as soon as this molecules comes down, सोचो ये molecule which is there B, as soon as this molecule come down, it will be replaced by the molecule which is there inside the liquid. Okay, ये सोचो surface है. This is a surface. As soon as the molecules B will come down, it will be replaced by another molecule. Why it is getting replaced? Because there is no surface without liquid. Can you imagine any surface without liquid? Surface layer? It is not there. So each and every liquid will be having surface. So the molecules come downwards, which will be replaced by other molecules from inside. So the molecules in which it is inside the surface, example A and B. If molecule B wants to go to the surface, take for example these two molecules are A and B are close to each other. As soon as this molecule B has to go upwards, molecule B has to fight with all the molecules which is present over here. Molecule B को क्या करना पड़ेगा? Fight करना पड़ेगा, लड़ना पड़ेगा for moving to the surface. By doing that, what will molecule B gain? Molecule B will be gaining potential energy. Molecule B will be gaining what? Extra potential energy. And as soon as molecule B comes over here, it will be having extra potential energy. Okay, and whatever energy is there, it has been stored in the form of surface energy. जब भी molecule B इधर था, he has fought with all the molecules which is there near to him. लड़ाई करने के बाद it has moved to the surface. As soon as it gone to the surface, what is happening? It is having some sort of extra energy. Now this extra energy is called as a surface energy. ये extra energy को क्या बोलते हैं? Surface energy. Okay, as they perform the work against the attractive force moving towards the surface. देखो molecule B इसका क्या tendency है? To move downwards. What is the tendency of molecule B? To moving downwards, or any molecule will always move downwards. Due to acceleration due to gravity, all the molecules will be moving downwards. But this molecule B is moving upwards. ये molecule B कहाँ पे जाएगा? ऊपर जा रहा है. As this molecule B is moving upwards, so what will happen? As this molecule B will be moving upwards, so it will be gaining potential energy. इसके पास क्या आ जाएगा? Potential energy आ जाएगा. Okay, and this potential energy is one form of energy that is called as a potential energy, and this energy is called surface energy as well. इसको क्या बोलते हैं? Surface energy भी बोलते हैं. Now, whenever the object is at certain height, सोचो ये object certain height में है, what is its tendency? To come down. As soon as this object is coming down, its potential energy will convert into kinetic energy. इसका potential energy किस में convert हो जाएगा? Kinetic energy में. So there is nothing in the universe which will try to remain in same potential energy. Okay, all the molecules combine, two or more molecules combine. Why they combine? In order to minimize potential energy. In order to minimize potential energy as well as in order to minimize surface area. Okay, in order to minimize potential energy, in order to minimize surface area. Now definition, molecules, this is repeated again. Molecules inside the liquid experiences more cohesive force than the molecule just below the free surface of the liquid. When the molecules is taken from inside to the surface layer, molecule B was over here, this molecule has been taken from the inside towards the surface layer. By doing so, what has happened? It has done work. It has done work against gravitational pull. It has done work against gravitational pull. So over here, whatever work has been done is stored in the form of extra potential energy. Is stored in the form of extra potential energy. So all the molecules which is there in the surface, जो भी molecule surface में रहेंगे, इसके पास extra potential energy रहेगा. They will be having extra potential energy as compared to the molecules which is inside the surface. जो भी molecules inside the surface रहेगा, इनका potential energy कम रहेगा. Their potential energy will be quite less as compared to the molecules which is there in the surface. The potential energy per unit area of the liquid surface. The potential energy per unit area of the liquid surface under isothermal condition. means whenever temperature is remaining constant. This is some points which is given in our textbook. Molecules on the liquid surface experiences net inverse force. In spite of this, if they remain at the surface, they possess extra potential energy. Whichever molecule will be there in the surface, they will be having extra potential energy. Universal property, any system tries to minimize its potential energy, like we have already discussed. All the particles, all the molecules will try to minimize its potential energy. Hence, liquid tries to minimize its surface area. When number of droplets mix up, you might have seen many droplets are getting mixed up. Whenever the molecules will be getting mixed up, what will happen? They will reduce its surface energy. They will reduce its surface area. They will reduce its surface energy by releasing surface energy. Sorry, I will repeat one more time. Whenever they will be mixing up, by mixing, what will happen? They will be reducing area. Take for example, this 5 molecules are there. 5 molecules are mixing up and forming a big molecule. By doing so, what has they done? They are reducing the surface area. They are reducing the surface area. As soon as they reduce the surface area, the energy is released outside. The energy will be released outside. And whenever they are mixing up, whenever the molecules are mixing up, it is called as coalesce. It is called as a coalesce. Pronunciation doesn't matter. You should be only knowing whenever this word is appearing, it means that the droplets are mixing up. Now we will see the relation between surface energy and surface tension. Take for example PQRS. This is a rectangular frame, and QR is a movable arm. QR is a movable arm. It can be moved on this side as well as this side. Now what I am doing, I am dipping this into a soap film and taking it outside. As surface tension, due to surface tension, what will happen? It will try to reduce its surface area. So this movable arm will be moving in this direction. It will be moving towards PS. Okay, so it will be moving inwards. It will be moving inwards due to force F. Now see over here. Take for example, this is a microscopic vision. I am looking from here, and if you are looking from here, you can see 2 surfaces. One at the starting, another one at the end. One at the front, another one at the back. 2 surfaces you will be able to see. You might have seen, if you go to a मेला, वो बबल करते हैं, एक साबुन का मिलता है solution. If you just dip it and do a bubble, you can see bubbles coming out from there. Like that bubble only you will be able to see, and it will be having 2 frames. एक आगे रहेगा और एक पीछे रहेगा. एक आगे पीछे मतलब क्या? Both are exerting tension. Both are exerting tension. Okay. Now, what we are doing? We are providing inverse force. We are providing inverse force and trying to pull it in opposite direction. We are trying to pull it in opposite direction. Okay. So F, we are knowing the formula that tension is equals to F upon L. So as we are trying to pull it in opposite direction, F can be written as T into L. F can be written as T into L. But we have already seen tension is twice. Tension is twice. So what we can write? T into 2L. In order to increase the surface area बढ़ाने के लिए हम लोग क्या करते हैं? इसको बाहर खींच रहे हैं. We are moving it in an outward direction. As we are moving it in an outward direction, what we are doing? We are doing some sort of work. It is denoted by dW. It is having tendency to move inwards, but we are moving it in an outward direction. As we are moving it in an outward direction, we are doing some sort of work. We are knowing that work is equals to force into displacement. So we are moving this by a distance of x. यहाँ से यहाँ तक कितना move कर रहे हैं? dx move कर रहे हैं. Means we are moving it by a very small distance. So what we can write? dw is equals to f dash dx. In place of f, क्या substitute कर सकते हैं? We can substitute this value, that is t into 2l into dx. But 2l into dx, what does it state us? It states us that area is increasing. Area is increasing on an increase in area. So 2l into dx can be substituted as dA. 2l into dx can be substituted as what? dA. Change in area. So we will be getting dW is equals to T dA. Now whatever work has been done, work we are doing against force, work we are doing against inverse force. So this work can be stored in the form of energy, and this energy is called potential energy. This energy is called what? Potential energy. Previously we have seen there was water particle. There was water particle over here. As soon as this water particle moves upwards, as this water particle was moving upwards, it was doing some sort of potential energy by doing work against the force of gravity. Similarly over here, this frame wants to move inwards due to this inverse force of surface tension, but we are moving it outside, away from it. So we are exerting some sort of force on it. Due to exerting force, it is gaining some sort of energy. This energy is called potential energy, and potential energy is called as a surface energy. So surface energy is equal to T into dA. Surface energy is T into dA. This is what we want to find out, the relation between surface energy and surface tension. So this surface tension is equal to the surface energy per unit area. What is surface tension? We have got one more formula. Surface tension is equals to surface energy per unit area. Surface tension is equals to surface energy. Surface energy को dW से denote करते हैं, and per unit area, as area is coming in the denominator. Area कहाँ पे आ रहा है? Denominator में आ रहा है. So we can denote it as dA. Now this is the last numerical related to surface tension. We have to calculate the work done in blowing a soap bubble. We are blowing a soap bubble. We have to calculate the work done whose radius is 1 centimeter. Surface tension of the soap solution has been given. Work done we have to find out. Radius is 1 centimeter. So we are converting 1 centimeter into meter by multiplying by 10 raised to minus 2. Surface tension has been given. Now area we have to consider twice the area. Like we have already studied, bubble is of two areas. Bubble, one lower one, one outer one. This is one and this is another one. So two surfaces it will be having. And area of a circle, we will be taking area of a sphere, that is 4 pi r square. As area, it is 2 into 4 pi r square. 2 into 4 is what? 8 pi r square. Now change in area. Previous area was 0 as bubble was not been filled. Now it is having some sort of area. So there is change in area. dA is A only. dA can be given as 8 pi r square. 8 into what is the value of pi? That is 3.14. Radius is what? 0.1, 0.01. So after solving this, we will be getting this answer. What we have got over here, dA mila hai. What we have to find out? Work done. We have to calculate work done. Work done, abhi humne, we have derived the formula just now only. T was equals to what? dW upon dA. ये formula मिला था. T was equals to dW upon dA. Over here we have to find out dW, or work we have to find out. So what will be the formula? Work will be tension into dA. What is tension over here? 2.5 into 10 raised to minus 2. What is dA? 25.12 into 10 raised to minus 4. After solving, you will be getting this answer. 6.8 into 10 raised to 6. Works SI unit is joule. So this is your answer. Thank you.